Good evening. My name is Keith Kaplan, and I am recording this CodeInPlace final project that I created. The code is a instructor random comment generator for any teacher who is required to provide comments for their students. Unfortunately, while feedback is always valuable for students, the feedback that's necessary is normally already provided to the students or their guardians. And so it just becomes a very bureaucratic process where we're required to provide X number of codes and comments for those students every marking period. And it's tedious and it's time consuming, and it really doesn't add anything. So I generated this code and I will share it with you. It's still a work in progress, although it certainly works, but I think there's things that I could do to streamline it. So when we run it in the terminal, it first starts out with no defined name or name or location. So it asks if you want to accept that. Now, again, you could predefine this, but assuming that you didn't want to accept that, you could enter that in. You could enter in your school name, enter in your location, enter in your instructor's last name, enter in your contact name information. And again, it's going to generate it and it's going to ask you if you're okay with it. And assuming that you are now, you can then enter in your class name, give it a period, whatever grade that class is. You can enter in the school year. And now it comes the time for you to enter in your student information. So first you have Joe Pinto, and that student's grade in the class. He's not doing very well, so he's going to get a 56, which isn't good. And the code goes into our database, and the way I have it coded, it's going to generate 3 negative comments, but 1 comment that could be construed as a neutral comment. So it's taken 1 comment from the neutral database and 3 randomly generated comments from the negative database. And then we have an opportunity to enter in another student. And so this student she's a more average student and she has an 83 in the class. And this is going to give us a combination of neutral comments and positive comments. And then finally, if we want to enter in another student, let's say this student might be doing really well, and this is going to give us a combination of positive comments, 3 positive comments, followed by maybe an area where they could use some growth. Now, again, this might not be perfect. You might want to regenerate that if you wanted, but if you were all done, you'd hit no, that you're done, and that would be it. And so you could do this for as many students as you want. And that is the way that the system goes. If you take a look at my code, again, I could prove on this, but I'm using a random generator up top here, and I've encapsulated things into 3 primary areas: school setup, class setup, and student setup. And the school setup, soliciting the information for the teacher to enter in. But if they're not happy with it, then I'm going to resubmit it until they are happy with it. Class setup, they're going to enter their information very simply. Student information, they're going to enter it very simply. And then I've actually entered in the database of positive comments here, database of negative comments, and a database of neutral comments. I can import these files, and I'm going to be considering how I could do that best. And then I have some code here that says, for students that have poor grades, if they have a grade less than 65, then the first comment is going to be a randomly generated comment from the neutral comments database, and the following 3 comments are going to be randomly generated from the negative comments. But on the other hand, if the student has a score between 65 and 85, then it's going to generate a combination of 1 positive comment and 3 neutral comments. And for students who have grades over 85, it's going to generate a combination of 3 positive comments and 1 neutral comment. And then I was also looking at trying to encapsulate a student report, but sort of stumbled in that area a little bit, and I wanted to get this video out. So thank you so much for paying attention, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I found it powerful to be able to create this after just 6 weeks in CodeInPlace. So thank you so much.